Hello, welcome back to my channel. As I said, right after the game, I had to go, so I called to my played reaction right after that. I don't know why I'm wearing this. I was watching some YouTube videos while I was setting up this stream, and I was wearing my headset. Not sure why I had it on here. I don't need that right now. Let me put that away. There you go. My head's getting stuck. There you go. Sometimes you get an annoying knot when you have long hair. Let me tie it up. It's gonna get in the way. 1 second. But anyhow, 3-0. 3-0. Fucking brilliant display, isn't it? I thought 2-1. I thought we were gonna be lethargic. I thought it was gonna be a tough game. Could not be further from the truth. The only thing I got right is that we were gonna win. We won. I wasn't quite as negative as to predict a loss, as I saw some fans doing. But bro, I love what I saw today. I'll bring up the players in a second. I'll talk about players individually in a moment. But speaking of the collective here, the collective game, the collective team, everything in the collective, I suppose, we were better. Sometimes it's no other way to put it than we were better. Because you can overcomplicate things, you know. Sometimes people will overcomplicate things and try to explain things that there's nothing to explain about. But there's nothing to explain. We'll get to the players in a second. But what can you say? We were better. We had more intensity. We had more power. We had more desire. We had better finishing. We had a better goalkeeper. Everything, every level, we were superior. Defense as well, alertness, bench. I'll talk about that. In fact, I'll talk about the bench now. We've had times, even very recently, where the bench looked dead. This game, I said it in my watch-along before the game started, we've actually got a solid bench. Let me list off the players. James Trafford, backup goalkeeper, very solid backup to have. Then Nico Gonzalez, Savio, Oscar Bob, Nathan Ake. I mean, you've got a centre back there. Not in his greatest form, a bit washed, if we're being honest, but you've got a centre back on the bench. Savio and Bob, two creative players off the bench. I think that Bob should have had an assist there. He got the ball to, I can't remember. I believe he brought it to Foden. Brilliant footwork in the box, and it must have been either Foden or Tijani. Weak shots, just straight at the goalkeeper. So Bob played really well. He only played 3 minutes, but he played those minutes really well. Savio, we didn't see much of him. We did not need to see much of him. But that's a very solid player to have off the bench. Nico Gonzalez, I'll talk about him in a second, but again, good bench players. Mateus Nunes, we know he can score a goal. We've seen that. We did not need it, but if we did need it, that would have been someone we could have called on. Rico Lewis could have been called upon in the midfield. And Divine Mukasa and Mufuni, if we were really desperate, were also there on the bench. So we had depth. We had proper depth on that bench. Meanwhile, you look at the bench of Man United. I mean, Joshua Zirkzee, woeful. Casemiro, washed. Kobe Mainoo, he's okay, I guess. Harry Maguire. Tom Heaton. Aiden Haven. Diego Leon. Not sure. And Tyler Fredrickson. Something like that. I mean, that's a dead bench. Sander Lammens, probably better than their starting goalkeeper. But when do you really substitute your goalkeeper? Not at all, really, do you now? Big up already to Mop and to Wim, who are already in here. Big up to both of you. How are you? Anderlecht 1-0 Genk. Is that game done? How's that go? Full time. Anderlecht stinker and hooked. Yeah, the Grief picked up a yellow card, didn't he? The fucking nonce. Stinker and hooked Anderlecht. Now we just need to win our game in hand, and we're the second in the league. Third, actually, since Leiden is ahead of us. We're close. Anyhow, this is not about Club Brugge today. This is about Man City. So let me share my screen. If I can. There. How do I swap my interface, by the way? Like, I am on the right here, but I want to be on the left. How do I do that? How do I do that? Today was a proper game. No nonsense. I loved it. Same here. But how do I flip this? I want to be on the left and bring this on the right. Scene. No. Mix order. Maybe that. Am I on the... No. How do I do this? Video set. Well, that's just me. I don't think I can change this. That's annoying. Oh well. Whatever. It's on the other side of the thing then. Wait, why is my live chat not showing now? There we go. There we go. Okay. So as I was saying, proper game, but let's go through player by player. It's gonna be positive, especially when I come to Big Man over here. I'm gonna have a lot to say about Big Man. But the other Big Man, Donnarumma, 7.8 is honestly insulting to the game that Donnarumma capped. 2 saves, but I believe there was a few times where the ball was offside, so it doesn't really matter. But he made himself big. United came forwards, Donnarumma big, imposing, could not get past him. He prevented some really good shots. Like the XG doesn't show it, but the shots, those were hard shots that he stopped. And the way he commanded the box, ball comes into the box, it comes out, he punches it away, does not allow it to go near him. Does not allow it to go into a dangerous area. This man said, fuck it, I'm on the pitch, I'm that guy, I'm not gonna let you score, I don't care how shit the defense is, which by the way, defense was good, but I'm just saying. He's like, I don't care what happens here, you will not score, because I am here, I have landed. And people talk about goalkeepers passing with their feet, this or that. Donnarumma wins us games. This guy, if we beat Arsenal, which I'm not saying we will, we probably won't, but if we were to beat Arsenal, that would be due to Donnarumma being the difference. If we were to go beat Liverpool, that would be due to Donnarumma being the difference. This guy is the best goalkeeper in the Premier League, arguably in the world. Some people say Courtois, and to that I say fair enough, because I'm a Belgian, and Belgians are always very honest, and also a bit biased. But yeah, Donnarumma, brilliant game. The shot from what's his name, Mbuemo, that volley, just ball came down to him, he volleyed it beautifully. The stop Donnarumma made there. No goalkeeper that I've seen at Man City, bar Joe Hart, stops that. Ortega does not stop it. Ederson does not stop it. Even Trafford, I doubt, stops that. And that's not to talk shit of those players. I'm not trying to belittle those players, but this is what happens when you have a proper top goalkeeper. I'm talking top 3 goalkeepers in the world. This is what happens. You get these convincing victories, incredibly convincing victories with clean sheets, where even when your opponent has good shots, they do not score. That's what you get. And that he can do this a lot. That's the thing. He doesn't just command his box. It's passing, by the way. It's passing. Because people said, oh, but is he good with his feet? First of all, stop trying to fuck feet over here. We're not feet fetishists. But second of all, clearly he is. He gave some great passes. I remember the pass he gave to Foden. Now, Foden didn't end up getting his head to it, but that's more so Foden being born in the air. But in that specific moment, not in general, just in that specific moment. But the ball came to Foden. It came backwards. I believe Ugarte maybe headed it. Came to Tijani. That was a very accurate pass. And he's been giving a few passes like that. Is it Ederson level passing? No. But his shot stopping is so much better. And his passing is only a little bit worse. So, I mean, this goalkeeper looked fucking brilliant. Looked absolutely fucking brilliant. Love him. I already love him. O'Reilly. Hello, by the way. Big up to Rosa. Big up to Rosa. How are you? O'Reilly. Now let's go cook those bottle jobs. First, there is our game against Napoli, to be fair. But yeah. O'Reilly. This is the back four I wanted. And this is why. This is why I wanted this back four. O'Reilly is strong. I don't care that he does this or that wrong, that he makes a poor decision once in a while. He is strong. Young, but strong. Tall, physical. You could see Mbeumo getting bullied by O'Reilly, bruv. Mbeumo trying to get past O'Reilly. O'Reilly knew he was cooked, so what does he do? Go eat mud. He'd make Mbeumo go eat mud. He'd use his body. That's what a proper player should do when you have that resource. Use your body. He uses it brilliantly. Now, I think he played a very solid game. He stopped Mbeumo from doing too much. Going into midfield, he looked brilliant. He was a scoring threat there. Just him running through the pitch made Man United players think about something. Because you let the ball come to O'Reilly, you know he'll score. So he gave United players something to worry about. Was solid in defense, kept midfield tight. I think he played a wonderful game. Not the greatest game he's played, to be honest. He's made a few mistakes, but that's fine. Because overall, over the full game, he was good enough. Definitely the weakest in the back line, I think, because one big mistake he made. And everyone who's played as a striker growing up in the academies or in amateur football or whatever, everyone who has played striker knows how frustrating it is when you get a perfect pass into your way, your one-on-one, and then your teammate takes the ball out of your feet, your own teammate. That's what O'Reilly did. I very much so expect that Haaland killed him in that dressing room for that. Haaland probably did not let him hit the end of it, which he shouldn't. That is, you don't take a ball away like that from your striker. You just don't. Haaland was, you could see on the pitch as well, Haaland was very angry about that, and rightfully so. But other than that moment, I think he played mostly fine. Very happy to see that. And until Mbeumo is back, I like... Mbeumo? What? Until Aït-Nouri is back, I like to see O'Reilly on that left back role. Husanov cooked. Bro, Husanov has been flying, bro. I can't lie. Husanov is flying. Flying, bro. Good, what about you? I'm doing great as well. Hi, Al. I admit I expected a loss. Great win. So I did predict a win, but I did not expect to win like this. I expected a boring game, a lethargic win. Nah. We won. We won flat out. No, this, that, nah. No, but we played shit, nah. We just won. We won everywhere. Intensity, eye tests, goals, defense. We won every way possible. Including morale. The empty hat, as they call it, the away stand was empty. The away stand was empty, bro. You know what, yeah? That's why they call it the empty hat. Because the away stand, it's always empty, bro. They're chasing shadows, bro. In that away stand. That's why they call it the empty hat. Because the away stand is empty. We need to claim that as our own thing. Get me more Uzbek defenders. Hey, bro, apparently Uzbekistan got the best defenders around. If Lewis, Stones, or Nunez played today, we would have lost. Fact. I agree. But they didn't play. They did not play. So there you go. Wonderful. Wonderful stuff, guys. I want to see this energy against Arsenal. Unless we get some stupid injury, I very much so expect we will. Gigi, do you love me? Well, I love Gigi. I'm not sure if he loves me back. I mean, actually, no, I don't love him. No homo. No homo, guys. No homo. No homo. None of this homo stuff, okay? No. None of that. No mas. No mas. Vamos. Big up to Tau Steve as well. How are you? Haaland could have scored a hat-trick if he scored that open goal. I mean, that was a bit of a mess. I think Haaland was trying to score the perfect bottom right corner there when he really didn't have to. But he played great anyhow. We'll get to Haaland. Donnarumma played fucking brilliant. He played fucking brilliant. Husanov as well. I fucking loved the way Husanov played. Husanov is so... Husanov is such a good player. Look at the challenges he went in with. And look, by the way, at Diaz. Husanov went in for the heavy challenge. Diaz came to Husanov, told Husanov something. Husanov now speaks English, which is a big help. And Husanov did not make that challenge again. He did not make a rash challenge like that again for the entirety of the game, but we'll get there when we get to Diaz. But he still won the ball back. I don't know what Diaz told Husanov, but clearly it was something worth talking about. Doku. We'll talk about Doku in a bit, but fair enough where it is. And all the other players who played a brilliant game. Anyhow, yeah, apparently Husanov can't play right back, guys. He can't do it. He can't do it, guys. He's not a proper right back. He can't do it. Well, can he defend? Yes? Okay, right back. Sometimes it's that easy, guys. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes it is that easy. Anyhow. Gvardiol. Josko Gvardiol. Now that's what I call a fucking delicious defender, bro. This man... Let me come to small screen to talk about Gvardiol. Oh, what is this now? There you go. Gvardiol. He comes back from injury. Looks like he's been fit for fucking all season. He just comes back and he's like, yeah, I'm that guy. You are not getting past me. Diaz did not have to worry about the counter. Diaz was comfy. You know why? Because every time a ball went in behind, Gvardiol was there. And Buemo, whenever he got in behind O'Reilly, well, you're not getting past Gvardiol, are you? And if he does get past Gvardiol, by the time he's done so, O'Reilly is there already, so now you're too late. Gvardiol, brilliant fucking player. This man, yeah, is a centre back. Do not put him right back, do not put him left back, put him where he belongs. Middle of the pitch, centre back. He will be the best centre back in the Premier League by the time the season is done. Because Van Dijk is going downwards and Gvardiol is going upwards. So by the end of the season, he will be the best centre back in the league. Gvardiol, I mean, what else can I say? Gvardiol does not get a high rating here according to FootMob, which I don't know how their ratings are really determined, but he obviously played an incredible game. I mean, the thing is, yeah, FootMob gives ratings based on how much you win the ball back and stuff like that, but Gvardiol didn't have to. Gvardiol just controlled the game so much, controlled the Man United defender so much, he didn't have to touch the ball that much. I'm happy that he's back. He's a brilliant defender. It's good that he's back. By the way, speaking of defenders, we were defending against this guy. On the road to 007, bro. On the road to 007. I just want to see quickly, what games are United playing? Oh, they're fucked. Sesko is fucked, bro. Sesko is going 007. We will be there. Sesko 007. Beautiful days are loading, guys. Beautiful days are loading. We will be there. Anyhow, Diaz. I already spoke a bit about Diaz, but I mean, I have spoken about Diaz since the start of the season, and people slandering him. You don't get it. People who slandered him. You don't get it. You surround Diaz with pace, and he elevates your team. Look at the way he helped Husanov play a brilliant game. Husanov made a poor challenge. Diaz went and spoke to Husanov immediately. Husanov was brilliant for the rest of the game. Diaz picking up the ball up the pitch, getting the clearances, keeping us moving. When we were going back in our own box, Diaz organizing defense and being there himself, blocking shots, being there physically, slowing down the game when United is going on to attack, always making sure all the gaps were filled. Brilliant defender, this guy. People who slag him off, I do not get it. Yeah, he plays poorly when there's no pace around him because he's slow. But when you put him between fast players like Vardiol and Husanov, he shines. All he needs is that pace to shine. And that's what he did again. He wasn't the most brilliant player on the pitch or the most eye-flashing, but he closed all the lines. The reason why Man United could not go forwards is because Diaz and Vardiol closed those lines. There was no passing through. And if you try the ball over the top, Vardiol is fast, he'll get there first. If you try the ball through this half space between Diaz and Husanov, Husanov will get there. Which leads me on to Husanov. Brilliant. I don't get people who do not rate Husanov. I don't get it. If you do not rate Husanov, please explain. Oh, he can't play right back, some people said. With a fair argument. There is a fair argument. Just because you're a good centre back does not make you a good right back. That is fair. I get it. Completely fair. But after today, are you still going to say he can't play as a right back? Because he did it at the Bernabeu. He did it here. He's done it a few games last season. Are you still going to say he can't play right back? Because I'm seeing someone who can play very comfortably at right back, especially when he's got that leadership. Especially when he's got that leadership, he can play that comfortably. Even going up the pitch, which he did quite a bit. He wasn't just staying out in no man's land. He was going up the pitch. He was helping out. Going forwards. He was solid passing-wise. I don't see why he can't be a right back. I don't see it. AK-47 and Alf, what a duo. And me? Not sure what I'm doing on that pitch there. I'm also pretty sure that Husanov's number is 45, not 47, but I'll gladly join that pitch. Give me a role. Bro, I will be Calvin Phillips. I will be Calvin Phillips. I don't care if I'm shit. Give me 10 wages, and I don't touch a pitch again. Yo. Now, I'm doing it. I sell my soul for that money. For that money, I am selling out, bro. But nah, that's got nothing to do with anything, does it? You know who's not selling out? Abdulkadir Husanov, who's absolutely dominated that Man United attack. But I need to get a clip, by the way. I am going to go get a clip of Lenny Yoro pocketed Haaland. Such a funny fucking clip. I need to get that fucking clip. Husanov actually pocketed the Man United attack. Forget Sesko, forget Mbuemo, forget Dorgu. He pocketed all three, bruh. All three were missing, bro. Husanov filled his left pocket, his right pocket, and his back pocket, bro. Quality. Quality. And even going forward, yeah, he's doing something. Not a lot, but he's doing something. Let's start with midfield. Let's start with midfield before I go to the attackers. Rodri. I mean, we knew he's a Ballon d'Or winner. He looked very fresh today. You know what? Rodri looked very fresh. Rodri looked like he could go another round when he came off. How many minutes did he play? Can I see somewhere when he was substituted off? 76 minutes. Okay, so... oh, it says it's over here as well. So he looked after 76 minutes like he could go another while. He looked fit. He looked ready to run. He looked ready to run more. He looked strong. He looked like Rodri. That's what he looked like. He looked like Rodri. He looked like himself. He looks like a player who's not fazed by what he's seen. A very, very solid player indeed. I love this guy. And I said, give him time to get back to his top level. And you know what? There are moments where Rodri did slow down and Tijani Reinders did pick up the slack. But that's fine. He's just back from an ACL. He's playing at this level only just back from an ACL. So I do not mind if he's slowing down on occasion and letting Tijani do the running. I don't mind that. By December, he's going to be the old Rodri again. He's going to be top shelf again. And if we manage him well, take him off after 76 minutes, even if he still looks fit, so he can rest. That way we minimize injuries. He will pick up another injury. He will. He's had an ACL. He will pick up a muscle injury at some point. But if we manage Rodri well, that injury will be a minor injury. And if it's like missing 2 or 3 games, that's manageable. So manage this guy's minutes. He will get an injury. Just accept it. He's had an ACL injury. Muscle injuries always follow. But minimize his minutes. Well, not minimize it, but like manage his minutes is a better word. Minimize his injuries, and we'll be fine. He will be fine. Should I even say? Just Rodri stuff. Big up, by the way, to edits. Big up, Gay Steve and Elf. Big up, Scouser. You guys had the most fraudulent fucking win ever. Bro. Brother. My guy. My friend. This was never a penalty. This is fucking fraudulent, mate. This is fucking fraudulent, mate. Bro, that was never a penalty. I saw that clip and I was like, how the fuck's that a penalty? Nah. Brother. Nah. Nah. It's so fake, bro. So fake. Anyhow, big up Rosa. Rodri. My Ballon d'Or winner is back. Bro, more Ballon d'Or winners than active Ballon d'Or winners than the rest of the Premier League combined. Right? Yeah. The only active Ballon d'Or winner in the Premier League is Rodri. There you go. Now, Mo Salah may win it soon. When is the Ballon d'Or, actually? Completely side note here. When is the 2025 Ballon d'Or? Oh, the 22nd of September. That's like, well, not next week, but tomorrow next week. So that's Monday. So tomorrow it is next week Monday. You get what I mean. There you go. 8 days. Maybe that sounds better. Anyhow. Going back to City. Should I talk about the wingers first or about midfield? I think I'll start with midfield. Tijani. At the least touches of any outfield player to play 90 minutes. 48. That's interesting. Now, Haaland had a lot of touches. Where can I see touches? For fuck's sake. Touches. There you go. 31. Which I'll talk about in a second. But Tijani. Let's talk about him first. Now, I like Tijani. But it wasn't a great game. Now, credit where it is due. Credit where it was due. Tijani got a great ball from Haaland and ran through and missed, sure. But he was in that position to begin with. A lot of outplays in the past would not be in that position to begin with. He gets in that position. He gets involved. He gets the ball forward. He flicks it on. He lost it a few times. But he also was our legs in the midfield. He was running in that midfield. And when he got tired, we brought on Nico Gonzalez to continue running in that midfield. So, to Tijani's credit, he did serve it all. He did help. But I expect more of him. It's enough. For this game, it was enough. So, hands up. Good game. But I expect more of someone of Tijani's quality. Maybe if you've got more fit Rodri and more fit front three who's helping with the pressing, maybe then Tijani will be able to push up a bit more and will be able to contribute a bit better and maybe just had a bad game, sure. But I was underwhelmed. If I'm being honest, I was underwhelmed by Tijani. I'm not saying it's tragic yet. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's tragic. I think he played okay, but I just expected more. I really did. I thought this was going to be a game where Tijani was going to be one of the difference makers, and he simply was not. So I still like Tijani. I'm not in a panic, but he has to improve. He really does. So going back to Tijani, I just want to see some of these statistics. He created one chance. I'm not sure what chance he created. Not remembering that. He should have scored this. There's one big chance he got. He should have scored that. He really should have scored that. But anyhow, boss stats. Defensively, he did his part. As I said, he did his part defensively. He wasn't losing the ball constantly. He lost it a few times, but he lost the ball a few times, but it wasn't tragic. He played the ball forward, so he plays the ball forwards, to his credit. He plays the ball forwards. So, yeah. I expect more, but it's not the worst you could have. Foden. Phil Foden. I mean, a lot of people were a bit apocalyptic about Foden. Big up to those, by the way. Let me pin this. A lot of people were apocalyptic about Foden. I've criticized Foden myself. I won't shy away from that. I have criticized him. He's played poor games in the past. But, it's a caveat. I always acknowledged that Foden was a great player in the past. He's just had some injuries last season. A lot of injuries. He's had a tough season. Offsets, the jury is out now. Now is when we judge Foden. And if we are judging Foden on that game, winning balls back in midfield, moving the ball forward, playing brilliant link-up play with Haaland, Doku and all of that, even Tijani as well, he played a performance. Forget his goal, he played a performance. A lot of people say he does not give performances. To that, I say bollocks. He did just now. But he also got the opening goal. A very good header, a very good goal, set up by Doku, who, again, he linked up quite well with today. Foden, keep that up, because we need this guy to come back to his level. We need Phil Foden to come back to his old level. A lot of people compared Foden to De Bruyne, but I think you're wrong. I think Foden is more like Lampard. I think Foden is a Lampard type of player. He's obviously not big and physical like Lampard, but I mean like in the way he moves the ball and uses it and shoots and stuff like that. He's just like Lampard in that regard. If we can have our own Frank Lampard was technically a Man City player for a while, but if we can have our own Frank Lampard at peak fitness, playing wonderful football in his prime for Man City, and then you combine that with Sherky, and you combine that with Marmoush and Haaland and Doku if he keeps up this level. We'll talk about that in a second. And then you've got people like O'Reilly and like Nuri, and you've just got so much scoring threat. Brilliant. Just brilliant. So I'm happy for Foden. I really miss watching Foden carry us. I miss watching Foden at his best. And this was not at his best. Foden was not at his best in this game. But he's working back up to that level. He's working back up to it. I love to see it. Expected goals, I don't care about that, to be honest. I'm just looking through the statistics. Apparently he had apparently he had 2 shots on target. When was his first? Or, well, he had 2 shots. He had a shot that went wide. Oh, the chance set up to him by Bob. Yes, I remember that. Well, I didn't until now, but yes. So he should have taken that better, admittedly. Very good chance set up by him, by Oscar Bob off the bench. Brilliant work, by the way, by Bob. Should have done that better. But, I mean, look at this. Look at this. Oh, I clicked off. You can't look at it anymore. Just look at this. Recovering the ball after the clearance, intercepting the ball, working in midfield, winning duels. Aerial duels is a bit weak, but we know that about Foden already. I thought he was fouled, apparently he wasn't. Lots of passes into the final third. Getting the ball just forwards, driving up with the pitch. A lot of defensive contributions. This is the guy. This is more like the Foden we knew. He's getting back to it. He is getting back to it. And once he's at that full level again, then we feast. Should I talk about Doku or Silva first? I think negatives first. We'll talk. There's not a lot of negative things to say about this game. But there is some stuff that is negative. But Bernardo Silva, for me, looked out of his depth, if I'm being very honest with you guys. He was easy to foul. It was easy to bully off the ball. And it just wasn't doing anything, I feel like, for us. In the first half, he lost the ball a lot. I mean, you can tell that. He lost the most duels. He was not giving us control in that first half. He definitely was not moving us forwards in that first half. I think he kept a very poor. That's when I think, why is Silva on the pitch? Those sorts of moments is when I think, why do we need him? I'm sorry. Silva is not the player. Bernardo Silva is not the player he used to be. He really isn't. He was a brilliant player when he was scoring goals at the Bernabeu, but that's no longer who he is, if I'm being honest. In the second half, to give some positives, in the second half, he was okay. He wasn't good. He was not breathtaking. He did get that one good through ball to Haaland, but he wasn't tantalizing, but he was okay in the second half. When we were already winning 2-3 goals, he slowed the game down. He does everything you expect him to do. And that's great. When you have a player who you know what he's going to do, and he does exactly that each time, that's great. But I feel like when you need a goal, I think he's a bit of a drain. I think he slows us down too much, and I think he's a bit of a weight. A dead weight even, when you're chasing a goal. If he is coming off the bench, when we're 3-0 up, I sleep. I know game is done. I am easy. This is the perfect place for him to be. Winning 2-0, 3-0, something like that, kill the game off. not to start games where we need a goal against a very solid opponent. Because I don't care how bad Man United is, they will always be good against us. They are our rivals. They are our derby rivals. So, not a great game. Not a great game, if we are being honest about Bernardo Silva. Not traumatizing, not absolute stinker. But I do think that maybe if we're looking for a goal, we can start someone else who can maybe do that role better. Anyhow, on to Doku. The man who cooked today on the wing. This man. I'll need to go full screen here to talk about Doku. I'll need to full screen, full face up here when I talk about Doku. He did it. He played a good game. NL City shirt. Good performance. Good chance creation. Looking around. His head was up. He was not looking at the ground. He wasn't looking at the head up. Head up. Looking around. Alert. Seeing what's happening around him. Reacting to what's happening around him. Not just doing a pre-planned thing. Not just doing a pre-planned action. Reacting to what's happening around him. And then being proactive in response. Brilliant. Brilliant game. He did start a bit slow, to be fair. But once he started clicking in to gear, United was seeing shadows made. He was getting past players very easily. We know that of him. But usually he does nothing with it. But in this game, heads up, look over my shoulder. Foden is there. I'll cut the ball back to Foden. He did put the ball to Foden. Foden scored a very good goal. Later, with the Haaland chance, he gets the ball. Normally what Doku does is he runs and he does something and he loses the ball. But he looked up, he had his head up, not looking at the ground, head up, saw Haaland, and he said, yep, easy stuff here, just give him the ball. Just give Big Erdl the ball. And he did just that. Erling got the ball and he scored the 2-0. Yes, 2-0. He scored the 2-0. That's what you love to see. That stuff is what you love to see. If he can keep this up, brilliant. But I have to add caveats to that. I always have to add a caveat. I can't. Yeah, I am the president of negativity. You know that. I always have to add a caveat. He has done this before. And he has gone on to not replicate that for a long time. We need him to be consistent with this. Give me that performance next week. And the week thereafter. And the week thereafter. And the week thereafter. Everyone can drop a stinker. Haaland has dropped stinkers. Messi has dropped stinkers even. Everyone can drop a stinker. But show us a consistent level. Show us this level consistently. The level you've shown us consistently is a poor one. This is a high level. Show us this. Replicate this. It doesn't have to be every week. Nobody is great every single game they play. But make it most weeks. And then we can talk about Doku in a greater light than we've done so in the past. This is what we need from him. Alertness, head up, communicating, both proactive and reactive, a perfect balance of the two. Adaptive, fluid. He's fluid. That's what I like from a winger. Fluid, just flowing across the pitch and perfectly molding to the stone. You know how a puddle perfectly molds to the pits it's in. That is what a winger should be. Just perfectly molds to your environment and take advantage. That is what Doku did today. Give me that again, and again, and again, and again, and I'll never speak a bad word of you again. But first, I have to see it done consistently. Not once, not twice, not thrice, but at least 70% of the times over the season. Do that, and we fly. Let's see some statistics. So he did create 4 chances. I did see that. Passing accuracy pretty high, by the way, considering he was constantly moving the ball forwards. I don't really care about this stats though. Like, this statistic only shows me where you're passing the ball, usually. I mean, this is a high passing accuracy for someone who passes the ball forwards a lot. But if this is like lower, but you're still creating chances, I don't care. Now, this is something I care about. I've talked before about Marmoush is giving defensive contributions, Doku is not. Well, bollocks that, Doku was helping defend. Not a great deal, not as much as Marmoush did, but he was doing the bare minimum, which is better than doing less than the bare minimum. So, going forwards, he was better. Defending, he was also better. Like, it's only the bare minimum, but in the past, he was not even doing that bare minimum. So that's an improvement. And if you keep improving and keep improving and keep improving, you come to that world-class level. Now, am I saying Doku will get there? No. He's probably never going to be world-class in the highest essence of the word. But he can be elite if he keeps this up. And I'm happy with this. I am buzzing. Listen, I am buzzing. He was dispossessed only 3 times whilst being the main creator. He was offside once. I can't remember that, actually. But yeah, look at this. Moving the ball forward. Bring the ball forward. Getting the assists. I mean, 2 assists. Where can you see that? Hey, 2 assists. He did what he needed. He did what he needed to do. And the 2 chances he created were the first goal and the second goal. Arguably the 2 most important goals in football. The first and the second. And he created those for us. He created those for us. Brilliant stuff, Doku. No complaints of Doku today. Big man, Erling Haaland. I mean, people think I've got Erling Haaland's hair because I've got a ponytail, but it's not really Haaland fashions. I mean, originally, I was growing out my hair to have like a man bun because Jan de Pomniachtchi did that. But then I was like, hey, I kind of like having long hair. Let me grow it out longer. And now it's just this long. I tell you guys, yeah, long hair underrated. Why am I talking about long hair instead of Erling Haaland? I can't stay on topic for fuck all. Anyhow, Erling Haaland. He's also got long hair, that's why. I need to get this clip, man. I need to get this clip. For those who don't know, I was on a show with another YouTuber, Touchline Facts. Big up to him. Love him. He's a very fair fan. He's a very fair Man United fan. But he told me Lenny Yoro will pocket Erling Haaland. Let me say that to the microphone for the dramatic effect. This man told me Lenny Yoro will pocket Erling Haaland. Let that say, don't speak. Do not speak. Remain silent. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Touchline, if you are watching, get this cross out because that was haram. That was haram. And you need gold right now. You need gold, bruv. After that statement. Lenny Yoro will pocket Erling Haaland. For real now. It's a big man whose shirt is hanging behind me. I probably should. I need to get a better display, admittedly, but that's not the point here. It's a big man whose shirt is hanging behind me. Pocketed by Lenny Yoro. You fucking crazy. You know what he did? He had the most touches in a Man City shirt ever. He's never had 31 touches in a City shirt before. He was involved in the game. Forget his goals. Fuck his goals. Fuck his goals for now. He was doing bits. He was getting that ball, moving it around. He was bouncing that ball up and down. He was creating chances for Tijani. He was eating that back line for breakfast, bro. And I'm not even talking about the goals yet. He was eating that back line for breakfast. Plus, he gets 2 fucking goals. 3 shots, 2 goals. Now, he should have scored an open net. Yes, he should have scored an open net goal. But you're missing the point. You are missing the point. he created that open net goal for himself. You see how the ball came into him? He takes the ball with him, goes around the goalkeeper, admittedly not a great goalkeeper, but still he goes around the goalkeeper, and then he misses, yes, but most strikers don't even create that chance. Most strikers don't get in that position. Should he score? Yes, but he still scored 2 other goals. He really should have had an assist. The ball he put on a plate for Tijani was a beautiful ball, something Haaland has been doing for time, but people just don't believe it. People don't understand when I say Erling Haaland is a better passer than Kane. People go in shell shock, but then I tell them, have you watched Bundesliga? They tell me no, and I say, and that's why you think Kane is a better passer than Haaland. If we see this again and again and again from Haaland, which we can if Pep plays to his strengths, bro, he's winning a Ballon d'Or playing like this. He is winning multiple Ballon d'Ors playing like this, not just for Man City, but also for Norway, who he is absolutely carrying to a World Cup. He is carrying them to a World Cup. Absolute bits, man. 5 goals in a single game, 3 times in his career. Ronaldo did it twice. Messi did it twice. Haaland has done it twice. Luton Town, the least impressive. Moldova, which is not some fucking Liechtenstein-ass country. Moldova is a solid country in football. And against fucking Leipzig in the Champions League. This man got triple 5 stars. You know what I'm talking about. Triple threat. He's gonna get it again. He will do it again at some point. At some point in his career, he will do it again. You just know he will. Because he is that guy. He is that guy. By the way, the most goals scored in a Manc derby by a single player is Wayne Rooney, 11. All competitions. Now, Haaland has only played league games so far against Man United. So if we go to exclusively league games, it's actually Francis Lee with 9. As well as Hades, Man City played with also 9. If we go to exclusively Premier League, it's 8. Wayne Rooney, Erling Haaland, Phil Foden, and I believe that's it. 3 players all share that number 8. As a shared record, most goals in a Man derby. By the way, might I remind you, this is Erling Haaland's 4th season. It's only his 4th season. There's still a game to play against United. If he scores at Old Trafford to make it 9, that means he's got the most Premier League goals in a Man derby after 4 fucking seasons. And people say they don't rate him. People say they don't rate him. Bro. I need to repeat this. I think you guys don't get it. People told me Lenny Yoro would pocket Haaland. Brothers, you don't know ball. You really don't know ball if that's your opinion on Haaland. If you think man like Lenny fucking Yoro, bang average centre back. I get it for the United fans, by the way. You had Eddie Maguire and Matthijs de Ligt, who are championship level centre back. So you think Lenny Yoro is world class. But he ain't, he's average. When you think bang average centre backs can pocket Erling fucking Haaland, I'm sorry. Delusional. Delulu, that's what you guys are. I'm sorry to say it, bro, but Lenny Yoro, funny story, bro. Funny story. What are they? Michael is live. Big up to Michael for AC Milan Bologna. Haaland FC. Now, we're not Haaland FC, though. We are not Haaland FC. Haaland was involved in this game, and I want to see that again and again and again. I love the way Pep used Haaland today. All credit goes to Pep. I'll talk about Pep at the last, because people know my opinion on Pep. I'll talk about him at the last. The way Haaland was used today is the way I wanted him used when he first came here, and every day in between now and then. I love what I saw. I was feasting, bro. I was feasting. This is a world-class striker. Forget the goals, he's world-class all the same. He's world-class, bro. And people don't get it. People laugh at me when I say that Haaland is a better passer than Kane. But by the time his City career is done, it will be common knowledge. It will be common knowledge by the time his City career is done, I tell you right now. People laugh at me when I say he's a better passer than Kane. I'd like to see you guys laugh in 2 years from now, because I know you guys have not watched Bundesliga. Listen, anyone who says I'm wrong about Haaland being a better passer than Kane, you haven't watched Bundesliga, I get it. But now you're seeing it in the Prem, and you'll see it again and again and again and again, bro. And at some point you realize, holy fuck, this guy is world class, with world class goals on top of that. Pep, brilliant tactics. Should I talk about Pep now or first the substitutes? I'll talk about the substitutes now. I'll talk about Pep last, but I agree. I'm honestly shocked he did that. I'm very happy. I'm very happy he played that way. Prediction, Man City against Napoli. Too early. I'm just buzzing right now because we won a derby. Listen, I'm just buzzing. When we win a derby, logical thought sometimes leaves, and I'm buzzing. And if you told me right now it's Man City, or asked me right now it's Man City winning the Premier League, I might just say yes. But we're probably not, if we're being honest. After the derby, I need to calm down a bit. I'll answer that tomorrow. I'll answer this tomorrow. Big up, by the way. And I agree. Don't abandon this. Stick with this. It works. Stick with it. Now, before I get to Pep, who I want to say quite a bit about, before we get to Pep, let's talk about his bench. I started off with talking about the bench a little bit. Now let's talk about just substitutes. Nico Gonzalez. I don't think he was brilliant. I think he just did a job. Nico Gonzalez was there. He passed the ball okay. He gave his energy. He gave energy to the midfield when we were starting to get tired. He did get nutmegged in an embarrassing fashion, but Husnov absolutely brilliant defending, by the way. Remember that, yeah? So I can't remember who nutmegged. In fact, it was Dorgu. I can't remember. Dorgu nutmegged Nico Gonzalez, sent this guy flying, roller skates, that kind of stuff. Beautiful ball into the box by Dorgu, if we're being honest here. And then Ahmad had the ball. Ahmad crosses it in. And in comes Husnov, bro. You guys know the song, Then the Wing to Sards Arrived? Do you guys know that? It's a fucking brilliant song. But that's when the Wing to Sards arrived, bro. Husnov flying in, gets that ball out. Bro, delirious stuff, guys. Delirious. And I'm talking about Husnov again, but that's the only real fault I can remember from Nico Gonzalez. Other than that, I think he played very well. Yeah, in the air, by the way. He's an aerial threat, not really, but he's like an aerial strength for us. He gets dribbled past once, fair enough, but recoveries, clearances, all of this stuff, lovely. Just lovely. He was just there. It's not like he played a blinding game off the bench. He was just there, but he was doing his part, which shows he can do it. He came on for Rodri, by the way. He didn't just come on. He came on for Rodri and did his part, which shows that one, Pep is trusting him in that role, and two, he's doing it not at the level he needs to yet, but at a level approaching that level. Love to see it. Savio next. Nothing much to say. Savio was just there as well, I feel like. Savio was just there. I don't feel like Savio was really... I feel like Savio came on, it was already 3-0, and the only thing we were asking of Savio was like, hold on to the ball. By the way, to Savio's credits, very good decision making. Because I remember in my watch long, the ball came down the left, and I said, cross it. And Savio did not cross it, because he just wasted time, and he kept the ball in the team. And that's very great for a young player to have that composure. Great stuff. So Savio, again, he did not have much to do, but for the little things that he had to do, he did it well. Bro, You can see how long I've waited to be positive. This is the first time I've been positive in fucking months, bro. Feels great. Feels great. Bob. Oscar Bob, who's next up. I want to see some statistics on this guy, actually. I mean, he only played 3 minutes, but he created a chance. He got the ball forwards. He got a defensive contribution. He got the ball into the box quickly. He had a successful dribble. I mean, this man played 3 minutes and he was already doing bits. People who do not rate Bob, I get it. He played a poor game. But it's one poor game that Oscar Bob played. Don't get on his ass about it. He's a young player. He's not ready to be a starting player at Man City. Absolutely not. But when you see what he can do off the bench and what he can do against weaker teams when he does start, this is a very talented kid. Grow him up, mature him, raise him. And you've got a brilliant player there. He is good enough to be a bench player right now. And in a few years, he'll be good enough to be a starting player. What wonderful game again by Bob. Bob is next Foden. He's a different player, but what I mean by that is, like, Bob is more of a David Silva, whereas Foden is more of a Lampard, I think. But the way that Bob is like Foden is, he's our player that we bring through the academy. And one slow season where he plays a little bit, and then one season where he plays a bit more, and a bit more, until he slowly works his way into that starting 11. Lovely. Lovely. So Bob, he played well. He should have had an assist. I think it was Foden who missed that chance. You gotta slap Foden on the hand for that. Brilliant game by Foden, but you need to score, lads. I need my agendas. I need my Oscar Bob agendas. Foden, score that next time, okay? Okay. Thank you, Foden. But by the way, I do think Pep could have brought Bob on a bit sooner as well. I think it's a bit unfair to Bob to have to wait that long to come on. But it is what it is. Okay. Nathan Aki. He was there, I guess. And not much to say about Aki. But he was there, but I don't know. Doku, I loved that today. Felt like I was watching a different player. Heads up, guys. Heads up. Look up. He's not looking down. He's not looking down at the floor. He had his head up. His conversations with Haaland. Listen, I was slagging it off. His conversations with Haaland must be paying off, bro. He got the ball. When he gave that assist to Haaland, 9 out of 10 times, what Doku would do. Usually, when Doku gets that ball, his head is down, he looks at the ball, controls it, and then does the fucking... he does, I don't know, the shiggy-wiggy. He tries to get past his man, and he does, but he loses the ball, and it's worthless. But today, no shiggy-wiggy, bro. No highlight reels. And he ain't trying to... he's not a ballerina. No dance FC. He gets the ball, he looks up, sees Haaland, one touch, pass, straight into Haaland, scores. Does it look flashy? No. Does he get a take-on completed? No. But you know what he did? He created a chance that ended up in a goal. That's what we need. Fuck the useless dribbling. And by the way, he did dribble quite a bit, Doku, but with a purpose. When Doku dribbled today, it was with a purpose, which is what we need from him. Yeah. I mean, if we see Doku being consistently high level, that's all we ask for. Nobody plays great every game. Nobody plays great in every game they ever play. But if you play most of your games very good, you're a very good player. No disrespect to any of our other keepers, but yeah, I agree. I completely agree with this. I talked about this before. But anyhow, Pep, the last person to talk about. Excuse me. The last person to talk about, Pep Guardiola. We've been waiting for that. We have been waiting for that. He played to Haaland's strengths today. He played the backline I wanted. He played to Haaland's strengths. And you know what? He proved me wrong. For the first time in months, he proved me wrong. Because I said, what a dumb decision to start Doku. And look at how stupid I look now. For the first time in months, I am proven wrong by this manager. Keep doing that. Keep proving me wrong. Keep showing me that you are that guy still. Keep showing me that you are the great Pep Guardiola still. Keep doing that. Because I love it. I love this guy as a manager. It's made me frustrated beyond belief in recent months. But you keep doing that. You keep cooking managers. He had Amorim on a fucking steak, bro. He was eating Amorim alive on that touchline. Look at Amorim's body language, bro. He was being eaten alive by Pep. Show me that again, bro. That is like, it's like the sparks of the old brilliance of Pep Guardiola. It's like the sparks that he's been lost. And now, there can be two stories about that. There can be two different stories about that. Either this is a dying flame, this is a dying star, and it's just giving off its last few sparks before completely fading away. But there's another option. There's another option. Maybe this is the furnace being ignited again. Maybe one spark is all it takes to get the gas flowing again. Maybe that's all it takes and you explode again. One game does not change everything for me. Listen, I am buzzing more than normally because it's a derby. I'm always happy when we win a derby. One game does not prove a lot. It really doesn't. But at least today, you've given me what I've wanted for a while, which is out-coaching another manager. Do that again and again. It's Doku and Pep, same story. Do it again and again and again. And you can't be great every game, but you can be great in most games. Do it again and again and again. And eventually, you win a title. Doing this stuff over and over. Even if you can't do it every game. Doing this most games, you win a title. Brilliant. Brilliant. Once again, it does not change my opinions on anything. This game, one game is not enough. But it's a start. We've got Arsenal. Tough game at the Emirates. I'll be honest, I will be happy with a draw there. We are not good enough to be demanding wins at Arsenal. If we win, bro, I'll be delighted. But we are not good enough to be demanding that right now. We are not in a title race. Do not put that pressure on yourself because you're not ready. Let's talk about a title race come November. Come November. Let's see how close we are. Then we'll talk about a title race. Against Arsenal, I'll be happy with a draw. If we lose to Napoli, so be it. Because Napoli is a brilliant team right now. But after Arsenal, get me one draw between Napoli and Arsenal. After that, we've got Burnley. We've got a few other beatable teams. Start building rhythm. That's what we need to do. And play well. If you do lose, go out with a bang. Do it against Napoli. Please, I'm going to see a game like that. Oh, yeah, you're in the stadium, aren't you? Big up, by the way. Big up to Liam, because he is going to be in the stadium against Napoli. Big up. Destroying and cooking a traditional Big Six team at home reminds me of a certain season. Calma. This is not treble winning City. Calma. Take a draw against Arsenal. Then look at our next fixtures. Could get a winning streak. I agree. I completely agree. Build a winning streak. Get mentality back. Win the Carabao Cup, yeah? People sleep on the Carabao Cup. Now go win that thing. Go win the Carabao Cup. Go build a winning run after Arsenal. Build that mentality back up. And then, by the time it's the end of the season, we've got a killer squad with killer mentality if we do that. If we beat Napoli, that is a huge statement. I agree. If we beat Napoli, I'll be honest, I don't see us beating Napoli. I think we'll get fucking floored by Napoli because they are an incredibly good team right now. But, and I don't even care if we lose to Napoli, I'll be honest. I expect it to happen. We're not good enough to demand a win against Napoli at the moment. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's no Man City YouTuber live, by the way. I'm trying to find a Man City YouTuber who's live right now. No Man City YouTuber is live. Come on. I mean, Nobbins is live, but he does not need my redirects, does he? How good are the Napoli, bro? They're a proper good team. They are a proper good team, bro. De Bruyne is cooking for them. McTominay is cooking for them. I would have been live. Tough days, isn't it? But feel free to drop your Twitter account, by the way, because Liam has been banned from YouTube, unfortunately. He's been doing a bit too much suspicious work, Liam. So he's been banned from YouTube, but feel free to drop your Twitter handle if you want. You guys got lucky today. We'll get you back at Old Trafford. Where's the luck in dominating the ball, dominating the chances, and scoring 3 past your woeful defense? That's not luck. That's you guys being poor. I mean, did we get lucky in that you guys are bad? Fair enough. Big up, by the way. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for subscribing. But where's the luck? I don't see how that's lucky. AI forever, my enemy. Pep Guardiola gave up possession. I'm still in shock. Hey, bro, that's what we've needed. That is what we. I've got 6 viewers and he's got 100, 300. But I guess nobody else is live. Might as well go there. There you go. Whatever. So yeah, that's it for me. Pep Guardiola, by the way, giving Pep Guardiola a rating, 9 out of 10. Everyone knows you don't get a 10 out of 10 out of me. 10 out of 10 is you changed football on the pitch today. So I don't get 10 out of 10, so you guys know that. 9 out of 10 is realistically the best you can get, because nothing is perfect. But 9 out of 10, that's the best thing you'll get from me, because I'm a stubborn oaf, and I'm a king of negativity. But 9 out of 10, love that from Pep today. And I'll see you guys on the next one.